This episode of Play the Bay is brought to you by Believe in BetOnline.ag. The month of June is heating up with a ton of exciting sports action, and BetOnline is where you can find it. From basketball and hockey playoffs to baseball's marquee matchups, including prop bets and features, BetOnline has the latest odds, news, and information for all your online sports betting needs. Visit the website today or use your mobile device to join and receive your 50% welcome bonus on your first deposit. So before the next tip-off, face-off, or pitch, head on over to BetOnline and start playing today. BetOnline, your online sportsbook experts. And now, Play the Bay.
From Channelside Drive, where Lord Stanley Cup rests.
Time ticks down! The Lightning win the Stanley Cup!
Travel across the bridge to St. Pete to find our American League champs.
And the Tampa Bay Rays have just won the American League pennant.
And get ready to fire the cannons.
Lob pass toward the end zone. Gronkowski, he makes the catch. Touchdown Tampa Bay. What a great grab by Gronk.
Because it's time for another episode of Play the Bay. Play the Bay.
Hello and welcome back to Play the Bay, presented by Believe Podcast Network and Three Daughters Brewing. And I still feel so naked because I don't know like this camera is like the only thing I have going for me, but it's so close on my just like unhingedness of the day.
We just
don't say that. I'll adjust mine. Don't do that.
We just got 1,000 views because Kaylee said she feels naked.
Naked. Yeah, that's what happens.
That's what happens. We got We got 5,000 new followers now.
That's right.
I'm not naked. I just feel naked.
Different location.
Yeah,
that's right. Different location for her. I'm prepping to go out of town, so we're a little disheveled, but that does not stop.
No.
Play the Bay, does it?
No, it does not.
The show must go on.
No.
Show must go on. I'm not singing. I'm not singing today.
There's a lot of singing. There was singing before the show. We had a little what was that one song? Like dun, 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 that one.
I don't know which one was. What were you talking about?
Wow, how long were you guys on before I actually joined? A hot minute?
It was right before we went live.
Yeah, it was right before.
I'm not stable mentally, so that probably could have not even happened. Who knows? But
I'm a little out there today. I got my second COVID shot on Sunday, and I feel the effects today. Today. It was like a slow-moving car crash.
What?
Like after I got it on Sunday, my arm started to hurt, which they said it was normal. And then they're like, yeah, you might feel some side effects. You might get like flu-like symptoms and stuff. I'm like, okay. I didn't feel like that yesterday until like the afternoon, and it slowly started to like creep in. I got like the sweats. I feel like crap. I still feel like crap today. So
no, buddy. Well, which one did you get now? What was the
non-crappy one? I got Moderna. So
okay.
That was supposed to be the good
one. So Moderna is like 2 parts.
Yeah.
There's 2 parts, and then Johnson & Johnson's 1 part.
Johnson just rams it up your beehole and says, you know what? If you die,
you die.
You die. Yeah, exactly.
No, thank you.
Wasn't it Kirk Cousins at the beginning of the pandemic? He was like, if I die, I die.
Yeah, I've had a great career. If I die, I die. You know,
I have not stopped saying it since he said that. I swear, every situation I can use that in, I just tell everyone, if I die, I die.
I think didn't Blake Snell say that last year too? If like he gets it, he gets it. It's like something like that.
I think he did. Yeah, actually,
it's something like that. I don't know, but yeah. Other than that, I should feel fine tomorrow. So it sucks because I want to drink a beer and I don't know if I should have one. You know what I mean?
No.
You might just like pass out on your computer in the middle of the show.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, I don't want to do that then. No.
It would be entertainment in its own right, but not the kind that we're looking for.
Yeah, I can just see that now. Like the clip of the week that's going viral is podcaster host like, drops dead during
collapses.
Show. Yeah, collapses during show.
You would be like the prime example of a new vaccine conspiracy out there. Like, you know how people are getting magnetized on their arm, but really they're just oily and don't shower? Like, you've been doing like poster child.
What? I can't believe that one lady went in front of a hearing and honestly
crazy.
stuck that on her neck. And what is the world? I can't.
I love the
just
guy
don't.
on TikTok who goes, I guess he did a bunch of videos, and someone's like, hey, for your next video, you should do baby powder and then put it on and just, whatever. So he did it, and he's like talking it up, and then he does it, and he's like, I owe everyone a huge apology. And I'm like, I love this guy because he's so like open to just posting that and being like, I was wrong. And I love people like that. Those are people you keep around.
Yeah, well, at least he realizes, you realize, and I just can't see how people think that's a real. And I mean, I can't get into, about stupid things like about the brothers that were just, boxing Floyd Mayweather. This is kind of a whole different stupid, but in my eyes, this is still the same, this is the same level of stupidity, kind of, maybe even worse, actually. But yeah, I can't even go that direction. It hurts me.
I waver between, wanting everyone to be free to do whatever they want to do. I fully believe that. Yeah. I also waver between that and having like standard IQ tests for things like using the internet and, and reproducing and just all of things that really detrimental to society. I'm like, we should all be free, but like, should we at the same time? I don't know.
That's a slippery slope as well, especially here in Florida. There's a lot of folks, a lot of people that would probably have some interesting test scores.
Oh, you definitely should have a license to have a kid. Definitely.
Well,
I agree. Kids, use of the internet. What's another one? I mean, I feel like you should have to get your driver's license renewed. Should have to test again every 10 years or so. Because there's just a lot of people where I'm like, one, how are you? You can't see. No way. You're not going to convince me you have your full eyesight. You're not.
Don't you have to do that anyways? You have to retest every 10 years? Or is that every 20
No,
years?
I think
you renew your license. You renew your license.
I think you just renew it and mail in. Yeah, but there's a time frame. I think once you hit a certain age,
like
that you have to
65. I think it is
something like that.
Yeah,
all right, we're getting off the rails here.
Let's talk off the rails. Let's talk.
Where do we want to go? We want to go lightning first.
No, I think we should go because the big news today came out of the Rays with Tyler Glasnow and his injury from last night.
You mean the baseball season that's mid-season, not even to the All-Star break? And hockey that's in almost the finals of the Stanley Cup, the end of their season.
Yeah, where Ray's number one pitcher is diagnosed with a UCL tear and has MRI today.
If you can't tell, there's some spice. There's
a little spice. I just think that things are seasonal. If they're the playoffs in your regular season, you probably lead with the playoffs.
Okay, you know what? Let's lead with the playoffs.
We'll lead with the playoffs.
We'll lead with the playoffs. Just for Chip, because he has a long drive ahead of him.
I do.
So, the Lightning are heading into game 2 against the Islanders, who now lead the series 1-0. So
it's a rough game, dude.
Yeah. So they played that game at 8, hence why we're doing this podcast at 7, so we don't interfere with the Lightning game. So
yes,
I guess obviously the Islanders have come into this underdog narrative. They were the underdog against the Penguins, the Bruins. Now they've come in again in an underdog situation, and they've really started off strong, taking advantage of the Lightning offense, being able to slow them down and really kind of control that game up until the very last minute. So how can the Lightning get back on track tonight and really be able to offset what the Islanders are doing on defense?
I think today, like I was saying right before the broadcast, the Lightning have never lost a postseason game. Yeah, after they've lost before. So they've never gone back-to-back losses. So if I was a betting man, I'd probably take everything I owned and I would throw it at the Lightning tonight. But to answer your question, I think that the Bolts were just a smidge sloppy, and I think that the Islanders were just a better disciplined team. And there were some things that didn't go the Lightning way, and there were some sloppy turnovers in our zone, and they just got to clean a lot of that stuff up. But we've beaten this team before to go to the Cup last year. So, I mean, it's not that I don't think they're not bringing anything new to the table. I think that the Lightning just need to tighten up a little bit and just get ready to go. So
watching that game, it's one of the it's the thing that has won them their series so far is, penalty kill, like being good on penalties. And so far they're the ones giving up the penalties in the games too, because there's so many on game one. Face-offs were another big thing that they have to really clean up this game. I think the Islanders won like 28 of the 46 face-offs that they had in game one. So that's something you really need to clean up. And Coach Coop said the other day, is like, we have a formula. We just didn't follow that formula or the recipe or whatever. It's like, well, yeah, obviously you guys look flat as hell. I mean, if you're going into this, especially at home. I mean, the Lightning usually don't lose at home, especially in, a playoff scenario. So this is, if you lose this game, you're down 2-0, and then you're going into New York, and New York, how New York is playing hockey. It's you have that 12th man, which is their crowd, and it gets loud in there. So, and Chip, like you said, they don't lose 2 games in a row, especially in playoff scenarios. It doesn't happen. I mean, I would bet on, I would put some money on it too. But the biggest thing to me is that they just looked flat. They look flat in game one, and you just need to come out in game 2 and just let's throw the kitchen sink at them, man. Let's do what we need to do here and tie the series up, then go into New York and take the lead and stuff like that. So that's I hate the Islanders so much. Like, their fans are the worst.
Why?
Like, I hate people. I just
no. I don't hate people. I just hate like
Islander people. I don't like them.
No, it's for some reason like New York Knicks fans, New York Islander fans, New York Yankees fans.
So New York fans.
People from New York.
So New York in general. Sorry.
Okay. Gotcha.
It seems like if they win one game of a series, like a 5-game or a 7-game series, they win like the first game. They think they won the championship. It's like there's a few more games left to decide this. Like, hold your water. Like, let's relax a little bit. I mean, it's just so funny when I look at social media and these Islander fans are just going ape shit over game one. It's like, guys, you know what? Celebrate all you want. When you lose a series, you'll be crying in the streets of New York. Go eat a hero grinder or whatever, and just
I mean, I feel like it is so much to do with the fact that their expectations were probably not high, like not low, but not as high. So maybe they're excited.
Like,
I'm trying the benefit of the doubt on behalf of the people of New York. I mean, I don't know. I met people from New York recently where I'm like, oh, you're not that bad. So I'm really trying to change my tune on New York,
You notice how I left Met fans out there, because Met fans are like actually nice. They're actually nice people.
They're
like,
great. Yeah.
But other than that, like, Yankees and Islander fans are just the worst people. Not as bad as like Red Sox fans, but they're terrible people.
Well, Boston sports are a whole separate thing.
Yeah. That was also the first time this season we've lost game 1 of any of the previous series, which I always thought when the Lightning get out ahead, they seem to play with a little more, energy, a little more passion, a little bit, up. It's almost like we've talked about before. They need setbacks or they need adversity to sometimes get spurred into that. And I don't want to see that, in the semifinals trying to get to, back to the finals. I don't want to hit that bump in the road. I don't want to see adversity. I want to see a team that was ascending, like we talked about at the end of the series. It looked like, they were coming up to getting ready to play their best hockey. So, show me what you got in this game. Let's keep the trend going. We're not going to lose back-to-back. At least tie it, and we go to do work up in New York, which the Lightning have done well up there. So, we'll have to see how it turns out.
The Bolts have not lost a series since they got swept by Carolina 2 years ago.
Oh.
There you go.
It's pretty damn good. So,
I mean, hopefully that's the case. We will see. But yeah, I'll be in the car driving, unfortunately, but I'll be listening to it.
I'll text you. Just don't read my text until you get to your destination.
Yeah, don't text and drive.
Yeah, it's bad. Don't do that.
Never.
Do you have score predictions?
We don't do that here.
I mean, I think I'll tell you this. Yeah, well, I'll tell you this. The over/under, I think, is supposed to be 4.
Mm-hmm.
I think it'll be under that.
Okay, that's fair.
I have a score in mind, but I'm not going to say it.
No, we're not going to. Yeah, no.
I feel like, Evan, that's a good just rule of thumb for you, because you so often speak something out and then the opposite occurs, and I can't tell if it's intentional, like
Exactly.
like a reverse manifest. But yeah, that's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
Totally
that's
agree.
that's why we don't do that here.
That makes sense.
That's right.
Yeah, definitely does.
You said we, like the royal we, but I don't think we make that mistake often.
Okay, so
No, we don't.
I don't do that here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that makes sense. That's more fair. There
Fair
you go.
enough.
We'll step on that grenade together though. If he's gonna, we're pretty good, I think, Kaylee, when we do things like that. But yeah, we'll I'll close it in. That's fine with me.
I'll be like Steve Rogers. I'll fall in the grenade for you.
Yeah,
I got it. I like it.
we have accountability on this show.
Yeah,
Always.
Yeah. Yeah, makes for good podcasts. Yeah.
All right, do we want to talk Rays now?
Are we
Dude,
okay to
let's tear
talk
some-
Rays now?
Dude, let's tear some UCLs, dude. Flexor tendons. MLB did it. Foreign substances. We can't use sunscreen anymore.
Ooh,
All my ligaments hate it. I mean, let's go there. I'm in.
I wanted to ask you two that question. Like, with MLB is just beyond stoogery when it comes to things like this now, and they've like
Stoogery?
Stoogery, yes,
Stoogery.
stoogery.
All
Word
right.
of the day.
All right.
I can see like pine tar and like Vaseline and boogers and all that kind of stuff that
Wow.
pitchers used to use that stuff back in the day.
All right. Some
But, like,
sandpaper and hand. Yeah.
But
they had
like,
a lot of
but like
things.
sunscreen and rosin, which will help you grip the ball better, shouldn't like be outlawed for the stupid new rule that they have now. And do you believe that it may have hurt Glasnow yesterday?
I mean, I don't know. I think injuries happen in professional sports. There are a lot of things that can contribute to it. It just is convenient timing on his behalf to be able to really point the finger at that if he doesn't like that rule, which he obviously doesn't. So I mean, here's the thing. I think MLB's problem is the fact that they go one extreme to the next, right? It's kind of like they close their eyes, they're blindfolded to all the things going on, and then one thing happens and it's suddenly let's throw the book and make a statement and go the complete opposite way, which I think is just the wrong approach to take to really anything in life in general, but also things like this, because there's probably, like you said, certain substances where you're not going to, it's not the level of, it's not cheating, right? It's just, it's things that are supportive to help prevent injury or to help, prevent different things that could, hurt their health in the long run. I feel like what they need to do is they need to pick one thing that's allowed, monitor it, regulate it, and then enforce that. So you're still saying, here's something that solves the problem. Here's something that prevents injury, helps grip the ball better, gives you everything you want, but you can only use this one. And it's going to be the same for everybody. And that's what it is. But here it is. And I feel like that would solve all your problems instead of just saying, let's ban it. But do I think that is the sole factor? Probably not.
Yeah. I think I agree. Well, I agree with Kaylee wholeheartedly, just due to the fact that if you're using sunscreen and rosin, I mean, if you've been doing that the entire time, you're taking a lot of sunscreen. I mean, you're using it. Now, if it's something you're doing every single day and you go out and pitch every single time, then maybe there's some correlation to it. But I think just what Kaylee said, injuries happen. He's thrown a lot of innings or more innings probably than he did last year in the beginning. I don't really have his count in front of me, but I think that timing, obviously you can kind of point fingers and go the other direction, but it's a bad injury for a pitcher. It leads to additional surgeries. It leads to
which we won't name on the show, because if we name it, it'll happen. So.
Okay. Yeah. So we'll skip the name of the procedure, but it just leads to more surgeries, and usually those surgeries have devastating effects on pitchers, velocity, effectiveness of pitches, etc. So now you have the Rays' number one ace in a rotation where he was pretty much the mainstay, as far as the rock, the person you lean on to get a win at the top of the rotation. You're going to have to start thinking about your other guys and where you can move them and how much longer they can throw, etc. But Evan, this leads to a great question. The younger talent that we've already brought back up and that has pitched a little bit could probably come back up, or Is it time to maybe trade some of the younger arms and maybe go for some experience?
Are you talking about a Max Scherzer experience? Is that what you're trying to say? Yeah.
I saw an image of him in a jersey, in a Rays jersey. And I got to tell you, it gave me goosebumps.
So
I got a little goosebump action.
There's him, and there's also Jose Barrios from the Twins. That's also been thrown out there too. And there's a couple other pitches that they can maybe target if they go that route. If they go, okay, we do have a lot of this depth, in Durham, or we can maybe trade, not one of our frontline prospects that we covet so much. We're not talking about a Vidal Brujan. We're not talking about Josh Lowe. We're definitely not talking about Wander Franco.
No.
But if there could be a package to where they could send a couple of those to a team that's, in the bottom of the barrel right now, like the Minnesota Twins. Washington's not doing too good. The thing with the Scherzer, if they make a trade with him, is you have to eat up about $12 million left of his contract.
Yeah. Well, he just got placed on IR as well.
For a groin strain, I think it was.
Correct.
So, which, a groin strain, it could be a few weeks and then you're back to normal. This is nothing like an arm issue. It's groin. But a groin can flare up again later on in the season. So that's an issue. Yeah. That's something that you have to be precautious of too. So, I saw that all today, and it's like, do the Rays – it's not a Rays move to maybe do that, to bring it. Like, that would be like the craziest thing if they go, okay, you know what? We'll give you this and maybe one of our position players for Scherzer, which, obviously Scherzer is going to be a rental for the rest of the year, which is going to be like, okay, we're all in to go into the playoffs now with Scherzer as our frontline guy. But is that a move they would make? I don't know, man. It'd be.
I don't think so.
Yeah,
they can't afford his salary.
Exactly.
So that's the problem there.
You still have to eat the $12 million, and then you have to give up some prospects, which they probably don't want to do. Do I think they might go target somebody? They might. I would say there's going to be some talk about it. But they've got so much depth in the farm system that they're going to be fine. And you never know. This could turn out to be probably less than what it is. This could turn out, but you know what? We'll give him about 10 days rest, maybe even more than that. We're not going to rush him back in the rotation, and when he gets back, he'll be fine. That could be the scenario that we're all hoping for. So, it's funny how everybody rushes to the most worst thing on the planet when something like this happens. It's like, look, you got to wait till everything. You got to wait till I think he's having another specialist see him, and then they got to really evaluate him. So it's really all about how he feels too when he starts to throw again off a mound. It's like, okay, can you really do this or not? Because I think he was still pitching in the 90s before he went out of the game. So if he wasn't pitching in the 90s before he went out in the game, it's like, okay, then we seriously have a problem here. You know what I mean?
Well, this is a partially torn ligament. Your body does not grow ligaments, and glue doesn't fix it back together. Right. It stays torn, or it becomes more torn until you operate on it. So it gets worse and worse and worse, and then you just tear it completely. So it's an injury that will be debilitating, and it will get worse over time. Not throwing and not doing anything, yes, that maintains your current position. But taxing your arm and doing anything causes your elbow to get moved around. It's not stable. And also that ligament, and that's on the inside of your arm. That's right here. So, I mean, that's kind of that won't get better just by sitting.
That's like the arm meat, right?
Yeah.
Meat. So speaking of meat,
the arm meat ligament.
The arm meat ligament
is not the cleanest transition, but
I know. Speaking of meat, we welcome in a new advertising partner to the show, Moink. Moink meat is so delicious. I love it, and you will too. Get Moink right now. Join the Moink movement today. Go to moinkbox.com/believe right now. That's BLEAV right now. And listeners to the show get free bacon for a year with every box ordered. I love free bacon. I love bacon.
Bacon!
Chip, I know you love bacon. Kaylee, I know you love bacon.
Mm-hmm.
So free bacon.
Bacon.
That's 1 year of bacon, 1 year of the best bacon you'll ever taste for a limited time. Spelled MOINK box.com/believe. That's moinkbox.com/believe. Get your free bacon for a year right now with your box ordered. So Moink.
Wow.
I love it.
Love it.
Love
it. All right.
I love bacon.
Yes, I love bacon.
Get the cold cuts, get the meat, get the steaks, give me the hamburger, and let's fry it up.
I love it.
Are we talking NFL?
I wanted before we go NFL because I know you guys are chomping at like some good moink meat.
I want. I can't stop thinking.
That would have been better.
I can't stop thinking about it now.
I know. Kaylee, I like what you brought up was how it's like kind of perfect timing where they do all this. The substances are banned, and then all of a sudden, Glass now gets hurt and blames it on that. There could be a little bit to that because you got to remember you're throwing. He was at 80 pitches, I think, when it started to feel weird. And you saw him. I saw him on the mound. I watched the game last night. And he was doing this constantly. And when you're throwing a baseball that much, you get, your fingers are going to get sweaty. You have to have some sort of grip on it. So I'll go back to the buffoonery of the MLB, man. It's like you take something away that's, that has been helping players be able to throw the ball. And we haven't seen like a big injury like this in a while. And I also look at it this way too. It's like, they're complaining about the balls being juiced. So what?
Well, yeah. That's the crazy part is that I feel like this whole situation is just like, as things come up, it's overreactions, right? They're not taking control. They're not taking anything by the reins, which is the main problem. Like the whole thing that started all of this was Trevor Bauer a couple years ago talking about the Astros, right? So, and then he gets up there and he's like, the only way to add spin is to juice the ball or to use grip enhancing, whatever. And then his spin rates increase. So it's like, it's all just a matter of convenience of when does the argument work in your favor and when does it not. That doesn't mean it's not valid in the sense that they need to find a solution, but it just seems like there's a lot of tiptoeing around the topic when it's convenient and then coming out and making a strong statement when it's convenient for the league. I just think at this point in the season, if it's been happening, what's going to happen if you just finish out this season with it? Let it happen and then really focus on a solution. I just don't know why they're not thinking solutions based when.
And also too, like what bad timing, like we're almost in the halfway through the season and you do this, like do this before the season is like even started, or do it after the winter meetings when you have, all the Players Association meets and not in the middle of it. It's so asinine. It's so stupid.
Also, don't do anything. I hate this. Don't make a decision that affects players without talking to players, right? Have them in a room, like have them explain to you what they're using it for, how they're using it, how it helps them, how they believe it'll help them, then do your own research and then provide a solution. This like in a silo decision-making it just makes them seem very disorganized because then you have players coming out. This keeps it like this whole situation with Glass now is the perfect example of what happens when you just don't handle these things correctly, because now the whole narrative is spun against the league, which it shouldn't be that way if you're approaching everything correctly. But
so what Glass now said in his press conference after the game was the Players Association, they all got into the room together and said, okay, this is what we're using. And it's pitchers and hitters too. It's everybody there. And they brought up the sunscreen and the rosin and they said, is that okay? And everybody agreed it's okay. So whatever, it's like then MLB looks at this and goes, no, it's not. You guys said it was okay. You know what? Screw it. We're going to just put it on the list anyways. It's like, you're not even listening to your players when they say it's okay to use this on the mound. We're not saying it's not okay. It's just buffoonery and stoogery again with the MLB.
Yeah. I mean, again, like an opportunity for the MLB would be to regulate one product, create your own product, maybe regulate it. And then there you go. Then you sell it to teams. Then you sell it to consumers. You now.
Whoa. That's an idea that we could create and sell. So let's just hush on that, Okay.
But yeah, I mean, there's so many better ways to handle it, but it's not surprising because we have this discussion about poor handling of any situation in MLB almost, more than
yearly
at this point. Yeah. This is part of our quarterly reports. The MLB.
How much more can we screw up the game? Let's go down the list. Let's check everything off.
It's like, oh no, people are starting to watch baseball again. Let's change that.
Yeah, our ratings are up. Let's screw up even more. Let's do that.
It's crazy.
All right, Evan, are you scared now? How bad are you scared?
Yeah. I gotta
check your temperature because now,
even though I feel like crap from the second COVID shot, I feel fine. I'm okay. Like, injuries.
I'm not talking about your COVID feelings. I'm talking about the Rays losing their best starting pitcher in their rotation feelings.
I'm okay with this because there's been other guys in the rotation that have picked up the slack. Like Rich Hill has been pitching great.
No one like Glasnow, though. You don't have anybody like him.
I know it's nobody like Glasnow, but you still have guys that are picking up the slack. You've got, Rich Hill's been pitching well. Ryan Yarbrough's been pitching well. They're gonna be okay. They're gonna be fine. There's no need to like hover over the panic button just because your ace is sidelined for we don't know how long. So no, they're gonna be fine. They've been hitting the ball well. The offense has been picking it up.
Yes,
so
a lot better.
Everything is gonna be peachy keen. It's gonna be fine. We're all right.
We love the optimism.
He's scared.
I know. I'm done talking mad.
He's so scared right now.
I know. I'm not. I'm so not. Matter of fact, I can't wait to go.
He'd never tell us.
No, I would. I would tell you. I would. I'm excited. I might go next week to the Red Sox when they play the Red Sox next week. So
there you go.
I'm excited. Yeah, we're gonna be fine, man. We're gonna be good.
Love it. Love that.
Yeah. Oh God, we're no, I'm just kidding.
I'm waiting for it.
I'm kidding. No, we're gonna be fine.
Waiting for it.
We're gonna lose a few games between like this week and next week, and he's just gonna be like, what? I just don't think. You know what? If we end the season 500, we'll be good.
That's a great impression of me, Kaylee. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. No, listen. When Glasnow came out, Ryan Thompson came in, pitched a few good innings, and they did well against like Chicago. They rocked Lance Lynn last night, so that's good. I mean,
they did.
You could take 2 out of the 3 from Chicago. You're good to go. I mean, that's fine with me. I mean, there's a few analysts that had the White Sox as 1, the Rays as number 2 in the power rankings, and then they flip-flopped it for a couple other guys. Rays come out of this 2 out of 3. Your Rays are your number 1 team. They're the number 1 team right now in the league. Yeah. Plain and simple.
Yeah.
With or without. I agree.
I'm
so scared. I was kidding.
All right. You ready to switch your hat?
Hats, dude.
I got it. Hold on. Get off the camera. Hold on.
You got a hat on deck? This is like ritualistic in a way that is so pleasing for some reason.
It is actually.
Right?
There we
go. It's good.
There we go. I love that.
I like the changes.
Yeah.
Love it. Okay. So first topic, Madden has dropped a teaser of what the cover will be to be announced Thursday. It appears as though there are 2 goats, a regular size goat and a smaller, some might say baby goat next to him. So, I mean, how likely is it that it's not
Madden? Sorry, couldn't help it.
Can't Brady just have one thing by himself? No, I'm just kidding.
Okay. Tom Brady was on Madden 18 and Patrick Mahomes is on Madden 20. So if it's Brady and Madden again, come on now. Come on.
Well, what other player are you going to put on there?
Oh my gosh, what?
I could think of a ton.
What? Derrick Henry, Justin Jefferson.
Oh, okay.
So
I could think of a ton.
You know what? I like the Derrick Henry pick. I like that one.
Here's the thing. I don't like the Titans, but I just think when you look overall at people who haven't been featured, who make the biggest impact on their team and are just monsters, probably in the game of Madden as well. I'm not really sure. I haven't played in a while, but I can imagine that Derrick Henry is a cheat code of sorts in Madden. So
you don't want to play Madden. Madden has gone hill it's gone downhill every single year. The game has gotten worse and worse.
It's just the same game over and over and over again.
They haven't made any updates on it. They haven't fixed any of the bugs on it. It's basically they copy and paste the game from last year and just slapped a different cover on it. It's terrible, but people will buy it and spend their $60 or $90 on the deluxe version.
I keep doing it somehow.
I always do it. So
don't. It's so bad.
I'm gonna stop buying Madden and I'm gonna just start investing. Anytime they put an athlete skin in Fortnite, I'm just gonna start buying the athlete skins in Fortnite. That's a better use of my money, I find.
I gotta tell you, if I was the Packers, I'd be calling Madden, going, put Aaron Rodgers on there, make him come back, put him on there. He'll do it. That's what I'd do.
I thought about Aaron Rodgers, but I just feel like it's so. If all of this drama wasn't going on, I think Aaron Rodgers would be the clear he should be on Madden, but
MVP. Yeah.
All this drama is going on, so it's a little tough. And I also think they're like, how can we just make this announcement fun goes. Like, I don't know.
Madden.
Okay, so let's do lightning round real quick.
Yeah,
Lightning round.
Tom Brady, Derrick Henry, Aaron Rodgers. Who's on the cover? Kaylee.
Derrick Henry.
Derrick Henry, yeah.
Yeah, Derrick Henry. I like Derrick Henry.
I would definitely have him on there. And plus, if I'm Tom Brady, and I'm going into probably the best, potentially the oldest quarterback with the best season, trying to replicate what I just did. No more, I think it's not even a question he is the GOAT. I would stay away from things that are superstitious and things that are things that I wouldn't want to be I would not want to be on that cover.
Well, that's also, you also have to say, well, then don't play in the match because he's coming off a knee surgery. Why are you playing golf?
That's fair too.
No, Tom Brady can control. This is the front of a video game, and playing golf is a personal choice. That's not even close.
But Chip, you could.
That's not even close.
You can also get injured during golf.
Yeah, but that's Tom Brady choosing to go out and play golf.
I know, but it's
not being
put
on a video game.
Media, and he's a social media above all guy now. So I think that. Did you see the video?
Oh, just destroying the moon. That was fantastic.
Yes, I have to know who does his content. I have to know. I have to. I'm like putting out. I have no idea who does it. Maybe I'm just not paying attention, but incredible video. I really liked it. I agree though. I wouldn't want to be on the cover. I do believe in the Madden curse.
Yes.
Obviously, I think there's something to be said about it. But you know what I also am a little upset about? And this goes beyond just Madden. This is just respect in general in the league. Defensive players, right? There's not enough defensive players on the covers of Madden. Like, when's the last time? I can't even remember.
Wasn't Ray Lewis on the cover of Madden?
Yes, he was.
Yeah.
2016.
Yeah, that was a while ago.
I think.
Yeah, I'm pulling up the list right now.
Yeah.
Pull up the list. You know who else I would like? Aaron Donald. He could be on one, dude.
Yes.
Aaron Donald. Yeah.
Jalen Ramsey. Stop. Like, these people.
So we've had... so Troy Polamalu back in 2010. Richard Sherman was on it in 2015.
Oh, yeah, Richard Sherman.
Ray Lewis back in 2005. But yeah, it's been mostly offensive players.
What? Ray Lewis was 2005?
2005.
Yeah. I just need some more respect for defensive players. And that goes along with MVP. That goes along with all of those things where I just need them to be respected more. And I feel like Madden's a great place to start.
Aaron Donald or like Devin White, JPP. I know
guys.
Defense wins championships, baby. I mean, come on. Let's.
There are so many. There's just so many defensive guys where you can make the argument, and they'll never be considered, which is unfortunate.
Well, if both of them are on the cover, does the curse cancel out, or is one of them going to be injured this year?
Patrick Mahomes and Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean,
has Madden cover ever had more than one player?
Yes.
What year?
Polamalu was on it with Larry Fitzgerald. They were on it together, I think.
It appears as though there's been a few years where they did like different editions as well, like Hall of Fame edition.
Well, yeah, but your standard Madden game, I don't think has ever had two players.
Hold on, I'm going to look that up right now.
Yeah, I guess because I know that they sometimes have different players per system.
Yeah,
as well.
Yeah,
but
that's true.
I guess
I think the only one was Polamalu and Fitzgerald. They were on the cover together.
Also, wild because I kind of feel like last year would have been a better year to put Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes on the cover. Like, am I crazy, or it's just like the hype was so real for Tom Brady? The hype was still so real for Patrick Mahomes. It kind of feels weird now because the Super Bowl was so one-sided, just for a lot of reasons. But it just felt like it wasn't that ultimate matchup that people expected, and so it kind of fell flat. And then now you're putting them on the cover. Like, I think last year that would have been crazy insane. Like, people would have loved that. And then if they were on the cover and they ended up playing each other in the Super Bowl,
yeah, but you could put them on this year because now. The hype with Brady and the Bucs again, defending the championship. Mahomes has got a lot of people back to protect him now. So you could put them on the cover again, just face them off to each other.
That's true. I mean, I'm here for it. I like the goats. I feel like we just shouldn't even take the goats off.
No, I like it too. That way there's no curse at all. So keep it on.
I should have. I think either if I would have gone to Aaron Rodgers, and I probably would have tried to figure out that situation. Or if I was the NFL, I would have made a Madden COVID edition and let a first responder, either a hospital worker or somebody, design a Madden cover, and that would have been a cool marketing angle to. Doesn't that sound like a good marketing ploy? You could have gotten a first responder that went to the Super Bowl, put all their names in a hat, let them draw, and let them design a cover with your Madden team.
Yes, Chip, this is Roger Goodell with the NFL office. We want you to design a cover because of your idea on this podcast.
So I don't know. I have my fingers crossed now that Brady, dude, I'm praying now, dude. It's not going to be good. Why throw additional hijinks into it?
No, of course not. I don't want Kyle Trask to be in there under center. Hell no.
Oh, God. So, yeah, we're going to have to see, man. But I don't know. Kaylee, you think this gives you – if I'm Tom Brady, I go, you know what? No, thank you. I'm full. I'm fine.
Just at this point, I think he's all about exposure. You know what I mean? Like, I think he just wants as much exposure as he can get. I just don't know that this is like – I don't think he cares, but I don't think he cares enough to, like, go and say no.
Yeah.
So he's probably just like, oh, cool.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm blowing the moon up. I'm going to be on the cover.
Let me go throw this football on the beach. Call it
Gosh, you get one guy drunk after a Super Bowl. It turns out, guy's a social media monster. Jesus.
I mean, he's a juggernaut. I mean, did you see him?
Juggernaut.
He's a juggernaut on the social media stuff, man. Did you see him?
He didn't even know what Twitter was like 2 years ago.
He did a video a couple of weeks ago where he was like going through games of this past year, and the Chicago one. He's like, "Yeah, here's me thinking it was 4th down when it wasn't really," and then today with the presser with Phil and
Bryson,
DeChambeau and Aaron Rodgers throwing shade at Aaron Rodgers, where maybe you could think for yourself sometimes to go all the way, dude. He is ever since he left New England, he's just become another shade of Tom.
This is another shade of Tom. He wants to show a fun side of him because he knows he's coming to an end. This is a time in his life where he's recording everything. He wants there to be stuff out there that he can show his kids or show his friends and be like, the first, 15 years, I was really locked down. And now, look, I did this and I did that and I participated in this and that. And he truly is having fun, and he's just he's recording all of this stuff, and I think it's great. But I definitely think, the sun setting. This year's it. Bye. See you later after this year.
But it's smart because it's like the whole name of the game is now player branding, right? And when you think about Tom Brady a year and a half ago, most of the country didn't like him. And even the people that did liked him solely for what he did on the football field, right?
Correct.
There was nothing outside. There was no personality, no real depth of who he is besides Tom Brady, Patriots quarterback. So I feel like for him, he's really starting to look at the end and say, I need a personality and I need it to come through and I need a new fan base because we can sit here and talk about TB12 all day. There's a lot going on. Who knows what state that business is in, but he needs more, right? He needs to be able to go do stuff online, like pop into streams. He needs to be that relatable guy once he retires in order to make the big bucks. He knows that. So he's kind of prepping early. Also, to be real, like he's probably sitting at home or like in the gym or at the practice facility when like 99% of his tweets are going out. So they're great ideas, but I can imagine him just being the annoying boss who's just texting like, wouldn't it be funny if we did this? And they're just like, like maybe we can do that. And then they're putting out fire content on the side.
I love his quote. I got 7 rings that occupy my fingers. I've got one I got my wedding ring. That's for my wife. I've got 7 others that are Super Bowl rings. I need 2 more before I end my career. That's that's baller, bro.
Cool. Yeah.
I used to hate the guy, but now I'm just in awe of all that is man. No homo on that, by the way.
I have mixed feelings about him, but Yeah.
I mean, when you come from stuffy Massachusetts where everything's just cold and blatantly racist up there, and then you come down to Florida.
So you hate where he's from, not the person.
Where Florida it's no holds barred. It's come on down. We don't care about COVID. Just come on, let's open everything up. Come on, it's a different Tom Brady.
I've never hated Tom Brady, or I've never hated Massachusetts. I've hated
Tom Brady.
New England, and I've hated. I've just hated New England. I think because you can't hate you can't hate a pressure-filled, critical performer who always delivers. You can't hate him. You got to respect him.
That's true.
Well, I mean, there was a lot of, but there was also a lot of scandal involved. There are things where you could clearly dislike him.
Yes.
Like you always
not enough
had to respect him, right? Like you always had to respect his ability. But I don't feel like you ever really had to like him just because he wasn't very likable as a person. And on top of that, there were just multiple things you could point to and be like, yeah, he sucks, right? Like, so I think there's less of those things now because he's having a good time. I just don't know who the true Tom Brady is. Will the real Tom Brady please stand up? Because that's what I'm waiting on. I don't know how I feel about it because I don't know. Anyone can pretend to be fun for like a year,
That's true. That's a good point.
That's what they say about relationships. You don't truly know someone until 2 years in. So
out of the honeymoon zone, boom. It's all downhill from there.
Indeed. All right. Well, do we want to talk about? We'll touch on this really quick because I'm hurt and offended.
Don't be hurt.
I didn't want to bring it up, but it happened. And
oh God,
we have to address it.
I know we do.
We have to make a statement. Gardner Minshew has cut off his mullet.
Yes.
Which is like ripping out.
I can't do the high note, but yeah, you know where I'm going with this. There we go.
It's not a time to be alive.
How sad are you?
I'm so sad. That was the only mullet I've ever loved. And, I'm from Florida. I've been all around this great state, and I've seen a lot of mullets in my day. And this is the only one I was in full support of. So
I got to be honest; those are fickle follicles, Kaylee. Yeah. They're just fickle.
They'll be back. They'll be back.
I think they will be eventually, but it's everything's coming up. You got training camp now. You got to show you're a leader. You got to take the younger guys and give them crap, and you can't do that with. You looking like San Jose Barbie. You just can't do it. So
no, he was starting to like really look like Riff Raff for a little bit.
Oh my gosh,
like he was getting
but not like Riff Raff, because Riff Raff is kind of
definitely Riff Raff,
but in a charming way. Gardner Minshew got like ripped and in shape and was fully a go, like so out of the realm of my type. But I was just like, wow. That's an appealing, like love that for him.
Yeah, the jorts and the mullet. Okay.
That one picture, I swear, I should have like saved it so we could pop it up. But that one photo, where he has like the brown jacket but no shirt underneath, crazy. I was just like, whoa, what are we doing here? But this worries me because it's kind of like the end of an era. So I don't know if he knows something we don't. But
I mean, he's second fiddle to Trevor Lawrence, so I mean,
Yeah. Unfortunate.
He will his life cast but a brief shadow in Jacksonville.
Minshew mania.
Gone but never forgotten.
We will but we'll see. I mean, hey, you never know. The NFL always has a ton of things that go on during a season, so he might end up back in there. We hope not, but we'll see.
Well, look, if we're gonna lose games, let's do it with Gardner Minshew because I'm all in. I'm still here for it.
And let's do it with mullets on, for God's sake.
Correct. I wouldn't want to lose with anyone else.
Do you want to have on the next show? Do you want to have an impromptu funeral for his mullet?
We can do that.
Oh wow.
We can do that. I'll wear black.
Okay. I'll write a dedication and then we'll just go from there.
Wow.
Great.
We're writing a eulogy for hair, huh?
I would love to write a eulogy for his glorious mullet.
Okay.
All right. Thank you for providing that service.
You're welcome. I will put on a suit. I will be a father, of a church and do all the things and stuff.
I'll wear my tuxedo T-shirt because it says I'm dressed up formal, but I'm here to party.
That's right. Mm-hmm. Business in the front, party in the back. Makes you style.
Funeral in the front, party in the back.
There you go. I like it.
Funeral in the front, celebration of life in the back.
In the back. There we go. Market. There we go.
All right. We'll close out with a quick question so we can do some explaining. But what Buccaneers player, now that we're like kind of into camp, this can be rookie, this can be vet, this can be a guy on a one-year contract or a guy that's signed for the next 4 years. What Buccaneers player has the most to prove heading into 2021?
I'm going to go last on this, Chip. I have
Buccaneer has the most to prove.
Yeah.
I'm going to go ahead and say I'm going to stick in the wide receiver realm. And I think I could probably go two guys. And both these guys, I think that Scooter, good old Scotty, I'd love to see him out there more and really earn his spot out there instead of Antonio Brown. But I could easily flip that coin and say Antonio Brown as well. He did play in the Super Bowl. He did play well. And he had one or two other games. But this is a guy who failed a physical, who can be a distraction sometimes, and has gotten every break necessary to continue his time with the Buccaneers. So if I'm Antonio Brown, I'm definitely strapping up my pads this year, and I'll say, I just want to thank him, dude. I'm going to get a Super Bowl ring. I would strap it up and I'd thank him. If I was Scooter, I would be like, man, Antonio Brown is kicking gates. He's failing physicals. I can't believe it. Why am I not there? So I want to see a battle in between those two guys. Both are great guys. I love they're both on the Bucs, but I want to see one of them wrestle the spot away, that third spot from somebody else, from either one of them.
I like that. Kaylee, what about you?
I was going to say Scotty Miller as well. I think there's just a lot of questions around the wide receivers, especially going forward for contract purposes, salary cap purposes. Obviously, Chris Godwin is on that franchise tag. So a lot of things in question probably after this year. They'll probably want to – they're in that realm of back-to-back, let's repeat, bring everyone back. But that won't be the case at some point, right? So they're going to have to kind of narrow down that group and really make decisions. I think the other guy that I could put in this category is Cameron Brate. I think he had big moments. He was a fun guy to watch, but you also just have so many factors there. I mean, you've got Gronkowski, who probably won't be there for that much longer, but that doesn't necessarily mean you're going to stick around long term. And I think he's got talent, but can he replicate the kind of, big moments and good season that he had last year over again? Who knows? We'll see.
Plus OJ Howard's supposed to come
back.
OJ
Howard, right? So
those are the two. Those two groups, man. They got a lot of folks. They got a lot of talent. Yep. I mean, I know I almost got shot on Twitter when I said trading, Scotty Miller. Look at getting a second. Everybody went ballistic. So, but I mean, you could trade. I mean, we'll have to see if OJ Howard can stay healthy. I don't know if he's played a full year yet. Because he's still in his rookie, isn't this his 5th year option?
Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah. So I mean, if you can find, and I agree, if one of those guys could step up and you could, shed one and get some draft capital back, that would be huge going into next draft when what we've discussed. The cap's kind of stacked against you. You're going to have some additional spots you're going to need to fill, maybe even quarterback. So. Any extra draft picks you can get, maybe for trading a wide receiver, trading a tight end, those groups we're heavy in, would probably bode really well.
Everybody's got the most to prove. Everybody on that damn roster has the most to prove. And I say that because you are the defending Super Bowl champions. The hype is real. The target's on your back. Don't be coming into the season being all lackadaisical and having the Super Bowl slump. Everybody on that roster from the top down has the most to prove. You brought everybody back, which is unheard of. Never been done before. You brought everybody everybody back. People took deals. People took less money. People just said, you know what? I don't care about making the big bucks. I want to win another one. So that to me says you have the whole team, everybody, coaches, trainers, ball wipers, not the other one. That like everybody's got the most to prove. Everybody on this roster has the most to prove. Because if one guy falters, it's like a domino effect. So everybody on that team has the most to prove because you are going for 2, as they say in Tampa Bay. You are going for 2.
I can get behind that.
Thank you.
Can get behind that.
Thank you.
I'm scared.
I'm scared.
The NFL is way too talented. There's way too many talented football players.
I know, but
We're
like
in a talent bubble, don't you feel?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, we just saw the greatest class potentially, and we'll know in 3 or 4 years. Could have been one of the greatest quarterback classes to ever come out that would rival the, John Elway, Dan Marino. I mean, a lot of those 80s. I think it was 81 or 82. Mm-hmm. Those types of quarterback classes that produced, Hall of Famers out the wazoo. So we'll see. But, yeah, the next couple of years, we'll definitely know what this class is made of.
Yep.
I can't wait. The football days are just counting down. Fantasy football drafts are going to be here soon. I can't wait.
It needs to hurry up. But we will wrap it up so Chip can get on the road. He's at
5 minutes.
We got puck drop coming soon, too.
Go Bolts.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So any thoughts?
No.
Congratulations to my parents who celebrated their 50th anniversary this past weekend, and also to Bruce Arians and his wife who celebrated their 50th anniversary on the same day.
BA. Baker Apple and Company.
BA and his wife and my parents have the same anniversary, same years, same day, 50-50. It's set in stone. And Bruce Arians' wife liked my tweet. So,
all right. Bravo Alpha. Way to go there, BA.
So congratulations.
Love it for you. Yeah. Love it for you. All right. Well, on that note, make sure to follow us everywhere on Play the Bay TV, subscribe to YouTube.
Slam it. Like it. Smash. Follow it.
And then rate, review, subscribe on Apple and Spotify. And we will catch you guys next Tuesday. Bye.
Waltz, can't lose. Oh, my God.
Raise up.
I missed the first half.
Thanks for listening to Play the Bay. We'll be back again with another episode on the Believe Podcasting Network. If interested in advertising, please contact Believe.com.